Alright, everybody, it is finally here. The tutorial on Help the House and how I made it. I'm going to go through everything and show you how I made my game. So then maybe you can probably make your own game. Alright, so there's one thing when making a Google Slides game. There's one thing that is very important. And that is a single button, and it is called a link button. And it is this button right here. Now, insert links. This can be anything. I could have google.com right here. We go to our link, copy and paste it, click link, boom, 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 and it is a link to google.com. And when I click slideshow, and I click on the shape, as you guys can see, it'll take me to google.com. But not only can you link other websites, you can link other Google slide presentations. And not only can you link other Google slide presentations, you can link other Google slides together. As you can see, if I go through my Google Slides, each slide has a different website. So, if I go to slide 5 here, and I do this, that's a website. And I go here, as you can see, it knows and it says it is a link to slide 5. And now when you go into slideshow and you click on the shape, it'll go to slide 5. So that's pretty much how I did a lot of the things in my game, like locker. It's a link to slide 56, and if you go to slide 56, let's see what that is. That is the locker. And then the same with the shop, and the get ready, and everything else, basically. So here we go. The menu button. Let's go slide 46. This is the menu button, okay? And this is animation. I saw someone ask about animations. Let's show the animations real quick, shall we? So let's get my shape. Let's get my shape. All right. Let's get my shape. Let's get multiple shapes. So to animate a shape, what you do is you click on the shape and you go over to animate right here, and this changes the entire. This is insane. So you have so many options. You can have it fade in or fade out, fly in from the left, fly in from right, bottom, and then you can have it fly out to left and zoom in, zoom out, and spin. You can do anything here. We're gonna have it flying from the top. And here we can do on click, which means the animation plays when you click. There's after previous, which means the animation plays after the previous animation. And then there's with previous, which means the animation plays with the previous animation. And if you click with previous with your, and it's your only animation, it'll play automatically. So let's go slideshow here, and let's see. Oh, and would you look at that? Now, if you want to be faster, there's time. This is fast, this is slow. And yeah, so, and then let's add an animation here. We can do anything here. Let's zoom in, and we're gonna do after previous because I want it to come in after this one is done. So, as you can see, this one goes, and then that one goes. The animation happens after the first animation is finished. All right, and then you can go here. Let's do fly. So fade in, and this one's gonna be with previous, which means the animation is gonna happen while this one's happening. So both animations are gonna happen at the same time here. And as we see, that one and both animations happen at the same time. See, that's basically how you can do animations, and you get a little bit creative, like how I did. But yeah, talking about the links thing, you have play as a link to slide 4, and then you go to slide 4, and then I have links to so like this. And here we are in the lobby. So let's go back to our menu thing now that I'm done showing the animations. I have an animation here where it'll come in from the left. As you can see, it flies in from left. It happens very quickly though. But yeah, I mean, that's basically how I did it. This is a link. You can't really see it that well, but if I do this, this is a link to slide 5. Because this is like, if you click off, I want it to like return to the normal one. But here's where it's getting interesting. As you can see, I have 5 things. Here, I have 5. And each one is correlating to a different skin. This is linked to slide 48. This was to 46. This is to 48. And the reason why it's a different link is because your character is here. So that's why I have 5 things for all 5 of the skins. I hope that makes sense. But ungrouped, that's an interesting word. Let's see what grouping is. So grouping is when you highlight this. You can do this by holding left click, and then you would right click, and there's a thing here called group, and when you press this, the items are grouped. And yes, you can do anything. You can add animations here, as you see it's there. And yeah, outlines, and then you can change color. If you change the color, it'll change the color to everything. But that's what grouping is. And another tip. Here, as you can see, I have these letters here. Now, you can't get those letters with the normal text box. No. What you have to do is you have to go to Insert, right? You have to do word art. And you can type anything you want. And this is going to give you so many options. You can fill the color, and you can add an outline. You can't add an outline to text with a text box. And it's something cool. You can do gradient text. That's right, you can do gradient. And then if we go to format options here, we can even do a drop shadow. The transparency, the angle, the distance, the blur radius. And you can change the color of the shadow as well. And you can also do reflections, which is basically just a reflection here of the word. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically the menu thing, and when we go to the menu thing here, we have how to play, credits, and support. These all lead to different things, like how to play leads to slide 35, and it'll go to how to play, and then back will lead to slide 46, back to here. Now, there is 5 how to plays, and you guessed it, each how to play corresponds with the whole 5 skins thing. Like this is going to lead to slide 36, which is here, and then the back, it's going to lead back to slide 48. It's so crazy, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's basically 5 of each for all 5 of these, because there's 5 different skins. And you may also be wondering, why is it skipped? Why are some of these slides skipped? Well, the reason they're skipped is because if I go ahead and unskip these slides like this, instead of going into your locker and changing your skin how I'd like you to, people can just arrow key and it'll change your skin. That's why I have them skipped. How did I just... Okay, I don't know how I did that. So that's why when I have these slides skipped, you can't do that. Instead, it would just take you to here, and it would be very confusing, and you wouldn't know where you are in the thing, and then all of a sudden you're on slide 16. That way you have to go into the locker and change your skin. I spent a lot of time in that locker, and I'd appreciate it if people used it. So yeah, let's go here. This is linked to slide 15, and as you can see, each one has a different link. We go to slide 15. This is basically the channels thing. Shows the channels. And it's basically an animation where both of these fly down, and both of them are links to the channel. Washing machine is so loud right now, it's not even funny. But now let's go into the locker system, where there's 5 here, each for 5 skins. And there's 5 locker things, each for an equipped skin. See, there we have a Marissa equipped and Robot equipped. As you can see here, these are all different. Slide 56 and slide 62. Slide 62 is going to lead me to the one where Marissa's equipped. And the one with slide 56 is going to lead me to where this guy's equipped. Now, I do this outline thing, where when you click on the skin, it's an outline. Now, I do this because these are all different slides. As you can see, if I click Ghost, it's going to be outlined. So we go to slide 59, and guess what slide 59 is? It's outlined, and the skin is here. And then if we go to here, slide 58, it's outlined, and there's a skin there. I hope that makes sense. And then equip, we'll go to slide 68, slide 80, you know. And when you press equip, it goes to slide 68. Guess what slide 68 is? It says that it is equipped. Now, if I want to equip Marissa, it goes to slide 70. Marissa, you know, slide 62. Guess what's on slide 62? Marissa is now equipped. And if you go back to lobby, slide 7. Guess what slide 7 is? Marissa is now equipped. And here's the ghost. You have it equipped. And guess what? The lobby, slide 11. And guess what slide 11 is? Slide 11 is the ghost. Pretty cool, right? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it does. But yeah, I basically just use animations here. This thing is grouped. And if we go to the animations thing... I mean, it's not grouped, actually. I actually did all this ungrouped. I should have had it grouped, but... This flies in from right. They all fly in from right, and with previous, which means they all happen at the exact same time. And they're all like 0.2 seconds, which means they happen at the same speed and at the same time. So, when I go into slideshow, as you can see, it flies in at one time. Just like that. And we equip, and we go back to lobby. Simple, right? It's took a lot of time to figure out. No one taught me anything. I kind of just taught myself, and I kind of just figured it out myself. I'm teaching you guys, bro. It's free advice here, I mean. Oh yeah, this has 569 slides, by the way. And then the new Valentine's update, which is coming soon, is going to have over 600 slides. It's going to be insane. Now let's go into the shop. The shop is slide 86, and as you know, each skin is different, 87, because there are 5 different skins. So, there are 5 different shop things. And there are 5 different of these. And as you can see, I have the skins, they're all grouped, and I have the background. The background is just a shape with a gradient here. Ooh! Oh wait, let me show you guys something. Okay, so, as you can see here, I have all the skins here. So, and you may be wondering, well, how did you get them to fit in this square? Well, I didn't really. As you can see, I can't really cut down shapes, so I have to use a bunch of other shapes. If I delete these shapes, as you can see, they're not really in the square. they're not really in the square. It's actually an entire skin. I just used rectangles. They're the same color as the background, and I put no outline, so it blends in with the background. So it looks like they actually fit in, but in reality, they definitely do not fit in. And for this equip thing, I have the word art thing here. I have this shape here, which looks pretty cool, and then I have this frame. That's right, there's a frame. This frame is the link. This frame is the link. All right, you have the whole actual skin here. Here, so yeah, that's how I made that. And it's the same thing with the shop too. I mean, you delete these shapes and there's the whole skin. So as you can see, there's 5 shops, each for the one, you know, lobby, slide 11, slide 9, but let's say we're this guy. Shop is slide 88. And then slide 88 is the shop. And then the lobby to slide 9, and slide 9 is the one with the robot. Same for this one, Ghost is slide 11, and the shop for him is slide 89. So if we go to 89, there's there, and the lobby is slide 11. And the same with the locker too. Locker is slide 74, and guess what 74 is? It's the one where the ghost is equipped. But yeah, for 5 of these shop things, they each have their different link. As you can see, this one has slide 100, so slide 101. So there's 5 shops, which means there's 5 of these things, and they each correspond to one of these shop things. And now we go into the play thing. This is where I used a lot of animations. So here's what it is. It says getting ready, initializing connection, ETA 1, 2, and then play. Now this play thing is a link. They all have the same link. It'll go to here where it's loading, and just a lot of animations here as well. So let's see this. This is the link. We don't need that right now. This is another link. We don't need that right now either. So this is grouped. So here I have different words. Alright, I have all this different stuff. Getting ready, initializing connection, ETA 1 and ETA 2. So, getting ready, this will disappear with previous after like a second. And after it disappears, this initializing connection will appear after previous, and it appears instantly. So once this thing disappears, after previous, this will appear instantly. That's how I got that look when, as you can see there, it disappears, and then initializing connection appears right after, and then ETA waits a little bit until it appears with previous. And then ETA 1 will disappear, and after it disappears, ETA 2 will appear after previous. And then this will appear after everything, and after everything disappears. This disappears, and then this will appear. This is the breaker. I just looked up a picture of a breaker on Google, and this is what I found, and I kind of just recreated it. But this is with the link thing. As you can see, you click this, the link to slide 126, and there you go. Now here's the coins. Now, I did this cool animation with the coins where it like goes up and then it fades out for the top. So it's flying from bottom with previous, and then fly out to top after previous, because we want it to fly out to top after it flies in from bottom. That's how that happens. And then here's how I made the hole in the house. So basically, I just used I don't know why I have 2 links here. I go here, I go to callouts, and I just use like this thing, and I like made it gray, and there's your hole in the house, in the window. That's just a random picture of a car I found on Google, and then I used polylines to outline it. Polylines is a new word. We have unlocked a new word in our vocabulary. Let's go. So polylines is you have to click on line, it'll do this, it'll make a line for you. Congratulations. Now polyline is basically you can make any shape you want with different lines. It's pretty cool, and it's very, very useful for outlining stuff. So you can basically make any shape. Let's see if I can find where my starting point is there. And there you go. I just made a new shape. And I can change the color of it. I can change the outline color of it. And yes, I have the same format options. I can use a reflection if I want. It's insane. But let's make like a new shape. Let's make like this or something. Boom, boom, and boom, boom. New shape. There we go. And now that is my new shape. Well, here I made this like car, this like cool first person thing. Yeah, this is basically a windshield. It is basically a blue trapezoid shape with an opacity which is very. What is this? Wait, did Google Size get an update? Why does this look different? Oh my gosh, it looks different. What? You can do this now? Anyway, so it's basically just a blue trapezoid with an opacity which is very low. And then here I basically just made this whole road thing. Yeah. If you bring it out, it's not really a road. Yeah, this is pretty weird to look at, actually. Oh, okay, yeah, we're getting off that. Anyway. Now here... another voice crack. Anyway. Now here is where the painting thing. Now this took a long time. Not really, but... I basically wanted you to paint the painting, but you could paint it in any way you want to. Or you can do the colors in any order you want to. So I had to think, well, what if they press green first? Well, what if they press green? I'd have to do a slide where it's just red and purple. Guess what? Slide 144? Boom. And I was like, what if they press red? I'd have to make a slide where it's just purple now. Guess what? Slide 145? There you go. I'm like, oh, what if they press purple? I'd have to make a slide where it's red and green. Slide 146? There you go. And then if they press red, I'd have to make a slide with just green. Slide 149? There. And then this is the finished product. This is slide 151. And all the ones where it's just one color, as you can see, there's just one color left. It all has the same link to slide 151. And slide 151, this is a link to slide 154 where it's on the wall. Congratulations. This is another thing with doing it in any order you want. I'm like, oh, you can do it in any order you want to. So you can do drinks, sides, pizza, it doesn't matter. You can do it in any order you want. So it's basically like, oh, well, what if they click drinks first? Slide 162. And then this is a whole thing to slide 171 where, boom. What the heck? This took a very long time. It's going to be very annoying to explain. It's very confusing, especially since all of these slides look the same, and then there's like 20 slides that look exactly like this. I don't know how I figured it out, honestly. But then, yeah, you go to watch TV, ignore the legs. Don't ask why they look like that. I'm not very good at 3D stuff. So here I have the remote. I made this remote using shapes and stuff. Watch something while you wait for your food. I'll show this now here. Here's like my old character selection thing where the arrow, it'll go to the next slide, which is slide 189, and then it'll go to the next slide, slide 190, and then it'll go to the previous slide. But you're kidding me. I'm sure you understand that. And then these are all links to the same thing. Slide 191, slide 191 is the no internet, and then you get the knock knock, and then there's your pizza. And then all of these are linked to slide 195, and guess what? Slide 195 is here. This is a table. This is a 3D table, bro. I use the trapezoid shape here, and then I used a rectangle to make it look like 3D, basically. Dang, my throat hurts, bro. I'm getting water. So here is the bushes thing. You look at the window, and you see the bushes are dying. Yeah. Now here's how I made this whole window thing. All right. This, if you remove the window, yeah. And some of the things are on top of the window. It's very crazy. But if we delete the window, this is basically what it looks like. Yeah. This is a link to this slide where the animation is play. This fades in, fades out, fades in, fades out. Yeah. They're all different animations for the thing. So basically, what I have here is it waters this bush, and then after all the water is done, as you can see, this one disappears after previous, and then this one will appear in its place after previous, making it look like you just watered the bush. And then this one with the outline will appear, That's how that one gets outlined, and so will the arrow. It'll appear and you get coins. So all in one process, the bush disappears, the green bush appears, and then the one with the outline appears, and so does the arrow, and then there's your coins. And then you press the arrow key, or you press the actual bush, and yeah, it's basically just a constant cycle. And I also have it moving with the whole thing. The moving thing was very hard, where you move with the bush. I kind of had to group the whole thing, and yeah, it's basically an entire slide, and I just grouped everything, and I just like moved it to the left. Yeah, that's basically how I did that. As you can see, I have the entire thing here. The entire yard here. You just can't see it all on one side because it's hidden. Now here's how I did this glowing effect on the watch. I took the number and I went into format options, and I basically just did a shadow. A white shadow, kind of low transparency. There's no angle, no distance, and then like a blur radius of 10 and a transparency of like 10. And it gave this really cool glow effect, which I really like. This is going to be impossible to explain. There's just no way I explain this, bro. This thing took me like 2 to 3 weeks to make. It was impossible. I don't know how, bro. I nearly died doing this, bro. Look how many slides this one task uses, where you're trying to find the wood. I don't know how I didn't get lost during this. Like, I do not know how I knew what I was doing, because even me looking at this is so confusing, bro. I don't even know how to explain this. Basically, you have to find the wood. The wood is in this box, and this box. And let's see, the wood is in this box, slide 291, whatever that is. 291 is here, and it'll take you to the slide where there's 2 wood. And then it'll press collect, and it'll take you to some random slide, like here, where it tracks your wood. Because when you get the wood and you press collect, it'll take you to the slide, and that's how it shows you how much wood you have. Because it's basically tracking the wood. And then when you get the 1 wood and you press collect, it will take you to the slide where it shows that you have 3 wood, as well as having to put the link to all the other boxes. This is super difficult. I don't know how I didn't get lost doing this. I don't know what I was doing. Basically, I just made it to where like you have all these, and then you get some wood, and then everything is just a different link. And then you have here and here, and yeah. And then once you get to 4, you can build your frame, and yeah. Very, how do I keep doing that? Very, very hard. So this is a frame thing, and I have it to where you can do any one you want. So let's say you want to do the top one, slide 348, and guess what slide 348 is? It's one with the top. Now say you either want to do the left or the right. Either left or right. So you can either do left. Let's say I do left, and it'll have to take me to a slide where the top and left is placed. And 351. Ooh, would you look at that? Top and left. Now say I want to do right. It'd have to take me to a slide where left, top, and right are placed. Slide 352. Oh, would you look at that? And then when in all the slides where there's just 1 slot left, it always takes you to slide 333. As you can see, 333. 333 is this slide, birds. Good job. And you have to add your screws. And this will take you to a link with slide 336. And yeah, there's your screws, and then put a frame. Now, maybe wondering why there's these random slides here. It's because it's for organization. It's for me to like organize things. It's like it separates the group. And then here I did the math where at this point you should have 600 house coins and you can buy anything you want. Slide 357, 359. I didn't have to make 5 of everything this time, thankfully. But yeah. Let's say you want to buy a superhero. Slide 357. This will take you to slide 357. You can press back and it'll take you to slide 356. And if you press purchase, it'll take you to slide 358. And slide 358 is here. And if you press continue, it'll take you to slide 364. And guess what slide 364 is? It's this. I hope that made sense. Here's our 3D table again, which I just copy and pasted from that other slide, which is like 200 slides ago. I really don't know. Yeah, someone stole the purple vase. Here you have the different vases, all the different lengths. Let's say you want to buy blue glass, 367. Boom, there you go, your blue glass vase. The black one, 369. Boom, there you go, 369. Let's make a room. Let's make a room. Let's make a room. So, here's what we can do. All right, we can take our shape here, trapezoid. We can put it here, like this. Let's stretch it out, and wherever we want our horizon line to be, which can be like here or something. Let's do like this or something, and boom, there's now our floor. And now we are going to have a line here, which is going to represent our wall, or our corner. Boom, there's a corner. And now you copy and paste, I'm running out of breath. Now you copy and paste this over to here, and boom, there's the other corner. Congratulations, you have now just made a room. And for the walls, let's make the walls yellow, and let's make the floor red. There you go. And that's how you make a room. Okay, if you want a ceiling, you just lower the lines like this. So let's take that. Let's copy and paste this. Let's bring it to here. And then you would have to put the line at the top here. And then you would have to put it here. Let's do this. Let's flip it. And then here. And then what you would do is you would take a line. Let's get it straight. You can tell why it's straight by the ruler here when all the things line up. And let's get it straight. We can tell by the ruler. I kind of rushed this, but it takes a while. I don't have a while, but yeah, basically. And then there's your ceiling right there. And then if you want to change the color of the ceiling, you can go to polylines, and you can basically outline this entire thing. Let's do that, and boom. Now you can change the color of your ceiling. So here's your iPhone percent thing. I made all of this. None of these are pictures. I made this using a rounded rectangle. I basically use the same font and colors. This text is bolded as well, as you can see. Now here's how I made the apps. Alright, Safari. Here we go. I used basically a rounded rectangle for all of these, and a rounded rectangle, for those that don't know, is this shape right here. And I used a circle and some triangles here. I used a rounded rectangle inside a rounded rectangle, and I used a trapezoid here. And then for this, rounded rectangle, and a triangle. For this, a rounded rectangle. I used a rounded rectangle here for the actual camera, and then I put a trapezoid on top of the camera. And then for the actual camera lens, basically what I did was I took this circle, I made it dark gray, and then I put a light gray over it. And that's basically how I made the camera lens. Now for the card, alright everybody, for the card. I don't know, I'm losing my sanity. So you had to click it to flip it, and 386. Guess what? 386. It's linked to flip, and then 388. And yeah, it's basically just a bunch of links. 390. I'm running out of breath, bro. I need to. Take a fortnite break or something, bro. Let's go. It wasn't a crown. Oh my gosh. That's twice today that's happened. Okay, so you have to click on the color that you want to write the note. These are basically a link to the different things here. So green, it is a link to here. And when I say you press N for note, I didn't actually do anything. When you press N on Google Slides, N means next. So if you press N, it'll take you to the next slide, because N means next, not note. It just starts with the same letter coincidentally. So when I press N, it'll take me to the next slide, and yeah. And then you click on the card to close it, slide 402, and oh, would you look at that? And all of these are linked to slide 402. Sure, where is it, bro? Yeah, P for picture. P means previous. So when you click P in Google Slides, it'll take you to the previous slide. It just coincidentally starts with the same letter. A lot of coincidences. So yeah, when you press P, it'll take you to the previous slide here. And you can click on either tier of the cake. As you can see, slide 413 is here, where the bottom one, and then the top, bottom, and then yeah. Here's our chair, our very terribly made chair. Then you wake up again. I looked up a picture of a horizon, and I tried to make the gradient as close as possible. I don't really know if I did it well, but yeah. And there's your bed. You click on the bed, and it'll take you to here. Now this This is the dream. You're in a dark tunnel. Now, some people might think I use a triangle for them, but no. This slide was made entirely with polylines. My monitor stills. So if I try to move this, it's not a triangle. It's a polyline. And this is a polyline. And then for the parts when it like zooms in, like here, as you can see, it's zoomed in. I basically just have it zoomed. It's still the entire slide. I just like kind of took it and like make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? And then it's an empty world. This is the slide where I use the least amount of shapes. 0 shapes. Then the jump scare part. Look at all the animations I use for this. This is gonna take so long to explain, bro. But when you go here, basically it's just a rectangle losing its opacity, and then your screen will turn red, and yeah, there. It is insane. If you want to look through it, you can. Just remember in the actual game, file, make a copy, and then entire presentation. And yeah, you'll have yourself the thing. Now here's this lovely microwave I made while using my microwave as a source. This is what my microwave looks like. You get to the microwave, and you can have all this other stuff. You have to click on the handle. The handle is a link to slide 451. And slide 451 is this. Yeah. Oh, and I use my room technique. The technique to make a room, I use that for the microwave. As you can tell with the lines and stuff. I use that to make it look like there's like a 3D inside of the microwave, but in reality, there isn't. If I move it, this is literally like the wall, bro. This is literally the outline thing. And click on the door is a link to slide 454, and there you go. Now, you can click on any of the numbers that you want. So this is basically like the initializing connection thing. All of these are two different things. Let's say we put in for 3 minutes, slide 467, where this has a lot of animations. As you can see, this is a 3 minutes. This is a 3 minutes here. It disappears after previous, and then 2 minutes and 59 seconds will appear. And after 1 second, as you can see, it disappears. And after it disappears, 2 minutes and 58 seconds will appear. And when you play it, as you can see, it disappears, and then that one appears, and then yeah. And then this is the link when you completed it. So then here you get to your iPad. So click the home button. This is the link to slide 508. This is where I made the background. It's supposed to look like robots are like capturing and they're like taking over the world, and yeah. I don't think anyone got that, but there's your background. Friday, November the 8th. I just put a random date, 8/14. And yeah. Click on your home button again. Now this is the passcode thing. I have coordinates here for like y equals that. That's basically the coordinates of this these passcode things, because this was like grouped, and I basically just ungrouped it because I had to do the link things, because all of these are links to different things. So here we go. You can click any. You don't have to click 8453 as your passcode. You should, because that's your right one. But you can click anything. You can 3, 2, or I don't even know what I'm doing. Incorrect passcode. And when you get the passcode incorrect, you have to press cancel. And the cancel will always take you to slide 509, where you have to press the home button, and yeah, you get it. So when you press any number, it all leads to the same slide, I think. Yeah, slide 513. Alright, but when you press 8, it goes to slide 518, which this is the correct path. Alright, this is if you typed all your numbers successfully. This is the correct path. It'll lead you to a slide where no matter what you pick, it will always be wrong. So all these go to the same thing, slide 514, because no matter what you pick at this point, it will always be wrong. And it just keeps leading you on and on and on. So this is like the incorrect path, and this is the correct path. Where there's nothing, it'll go to slide 513. If you click it right, 518, it will take you to the correct path. And then 4, it'll take you to slide 519. But if you click the wrong number, it'll take you to slide 514. As you can see, all of these are the same. And guess what? Slide 114 will take you to the incorrect path, where it shows that there are 2. Here I used an animation where, good job, you have to click on it. 5 to that, it will zoom in. And you can press any of these games. I'm going to explain all of these games. So basically, we have Death Spear play. We have this. So since it's an animation, I can't. It's like over the screen, but basically all of these circles are a link. And the one where the spear is coming towards the circle, you have to click on the circle, and it'll take you to like a random slide, like here or something. So you have to click the correct link. So we can go here, and yeah, as you can see, is a link to some random slide. Serve up. This one uses a lot of animations. Basically, you have this thing grouped, and it like flies in from the top, and it makes it look like it has this like nice like sign pattern, and looks so cool. And then yeah, if you do this, it'll go. If you do this, it'll go up, and then that'll come down. And I really like the whole like sign thing where like it goes up and comes down, goes up and comes down. I really like that. Oh, and then play will be a link to here, where she will zoom in and the text will appear. And you can click any of these. You don't have to click strawberry. You can click any of these. Basically, mint 544. It'll take you to slide 544, where you have mint in the spoon. And the same with vanilla and everything else. If you do good, you get that, and this is basically an animation, so you can't really see, but yeah, these are all the animations. And then when she disappears, and the text disappears, there's like a thing where she like turns, where it's like her back and stuff, and then she'll appear, and then zoom out, and then this thing will appear. This is Whack-A-Ghost, my favorite game. Press arrow key to continue. So basically, how did I do this thing? Where I press the arrow key, and it looks like this is a seamless thing where you just go to the right. Well, it is a transition. Okay. This is a transition. Slide in from right. And I basically had to line up these boxes, and I had to line up the line and stuff. As you can see, boxes there and boxes there. I had to line it up to where it looks like you just go to the right, basically. Since, again, it's just all animations. Basically, you have a ghost appear, and then it'll disappear after like a second, and then the second one will appear and disappear. And after the second one disappears, this nice try thing and this zoom in. So basically, how I did this was I went to insert, and I inserted video, and there's a link here, and I just took the link and I put it in, and it put it here. So that is a full tutorial on how to make a game using Google Slides. Maybe you guys can make your own games. I don't know. You can send them to me, which I don't know how you would do that, but